And those with knowledge get richer with the rich. As jobs continue to be lost, companies are going to start implementing artificial intelligence, uh, administrative assistants, you're going to have a robot at the receptionist desk when you go into the doctor's office. And they're going to say, oh, because the robots don't carry diseases or viruses or bacteria, and they can be cleaned every half hour. And you're going to go to the doctor's office. The receptionist is going to be a robot. You think I'm playing? You think like this dude So is out of his mind. I'm not out of my mind. I see what's coming. It is the future. You can go to the World Economic Forum and see that they predict in the future you will own nothing and be happy. I am not interested in any future like that. So, the phrase "the rich get richer" really, in my opinion, it is incorrect. Number one, or it's not factually correct in the fact that it's not the whole truth. Yes, it's true. Typically, the rich get richer. There is a saying, shirt sleeves to shirt sleeves in 3 generations, which means one generation makes the money, the second generation spends the money, and then the third generation starts over because they're broke. So that happens if there's a saying, phraseology, as well as there's another part. There are those with knowledge, those who acquire knowledge that get richer with the rich. No one tells us this. They just tell you and tell us that the rich get richer. So if you sit down, you look at yourself, you pull your pockets inside out, and you're like, well, I'm not rich. And you don't associate yourself with this type of scenario. That's the first, in my opinion, one of the first levels of psychological warfare. If you don't associate yourself with the rich, then you don't think of yourself as being rich or potentially being rich in the future. So you aren't necessarily interested in the behaviors of what the rich do. On the implementation side, probably more so on the I want to talk about what they're doing and what they're not doing for conversation and get emotional about it. I mean more is action, taking action and implementing things. So, what do I mean by the knowledge? Those with knowledge get richer with the rich. I mean exactly that. If you have specific knowledge, you're able to take specific action once you acquire said knowledge. And if this knowledge is the knowledge that the rich use to get richer, and you start applying that knowledge that they use to get richer, to get rich. I mean, to me, it doesn't make any other sense beyond what I just said. We got to start from somewhere. I mean, if they start with $1 million, maybe we're going to start with 1,000, 100. It doesn't matter. It's a start. But it's all about knowledge. Those with knowledge get richer with the rich, right? So what is this knowledge? I mean, okay, so let's start off with the first thing. We know what the first thing is. And if you don't, I'm about to tell you because I'm pancaking toast tonight. I am. I don't like what I'm seeing in current events. I don't like policy that's being enacted. I don't like what I see coming. I am very concerned for my people and their future. I know that I cannot save y'all. If I walk by y'all, see y'all struggling, that I am one man and I'm not going to be able to save your family and save you and those people who depend on you. No matter how much you say, oh, thanks, Sot, I appreciate it, man. At some point in time, me trying to save other people is going to bring my family down. It's going to reduce my family's potential for success, for survival, for sustenance, so on and so forth. So when this stuff hits, it's, there's not going to be very much that we can do to step on the other side of the fence. One side of the fence being poor and getting poorer, and the other side of the fence is being rich and getting richer. You're already rich right now. You just don't know it. And that's part of this mental game that goes on. And here goes the knowledge part since I'm pancaking toast. Number one, and I'm going to, look, not to use a bibliography or anything like that, but I'm going to cite this guy named Adam Smith. Right? He wrote this book called The Wealth of Nations back in the day. I thought it was dope. Checked it out. No game. But what this man said, and when he broke down the wealth of nations, is that the wealth of nations really breaks down to the division of labor and the specialization of the division of labor, which ultimately means is how you divide labor and how you successfully divide labor amongst your industries and sectors of your economy as a nation 100% and directly precipitates your national wealth. And that's cool. That's what's up. And there's a lot of things that I took from this book called The Wealth of Nations by Adam Smith, which, by the way, is 100% out of copyright. So, I mean, you can listen to this audiobook for free. You can find reprints of it for pretty cheap on Amazon and stuff because it's pretty old, but that doesn't mean that the book itself being old, that the information is not useful or unnecessary. What I'm saying is the fact that Adam Smith pointed out that the wealth of nations is dependent on the division of labor. What is labor? Where does labor come from? If you're talking about, wealth of the nations is the division. Okay, bro, what is labor? Labor comes from your energy. Labor comes from the life that you have emanating within your physical body that allows you to, have electrical impulses from your brain that move to your muscles that allows you to do things that paperwork cannot do, that governments cannot do. The wealth of the nations is dependent upon labor. All right? So if the wealth of nations is dependent on labor, so is the wealth of families. Number one, knowledge. The wealth of your family is dependent on labor. The wealth of your family is dependent on labor. The wealth of your family is dependent on labor. Knowledge. Those with knowledge get richer with the rich. Now, here's another thing. The Wealth of Nations by Adam Smith. I know, it's school, right? I graduated from college, so I ain't going. Fine, don't do it. But those of you who are listening, it's a book called Family Wealth by this guy named Hughes, Hughges. Hughes, Family Wealth. Hughes, little book. It's not that big. Family wealth. This is the stuff we're not being taught. Those with knowledge get richer with the rich. Hands down. Pancake these toes. Man, look, bunions everywhere. I don't care. I'm dead serious. Conceptually, you need to understand that. If you would never, no one would ever give you a job, give you fiat currency, silver, gold, wouldn't give you anything if your labor wasn't valuable. Think about it. Just stop. Now, specialized labor is more valuable, and that would be specifically if you have a specialized skill that you've acquired over time or years that a lot of people don't have, your labor is worth more. But those specialized skills aren't necessarily acquired in a university, in a school, private. These can be acquired privately or through other types of commercial means outside of universities. And I suggest y'all check out the etymology of the word university and what it means in Latin, university. Because if I'm correct, it means corporation, bro. But I could be crazy. And once again, no legal advice. This is not legal advice. I'm not an attorney. I'm not a lawyer. I don't do none of that stuff because no. That's a big ouch face. Okay, so labor. What is wealth? Labor. The wealth of your family estate is dependent on labor, your family labor. How do these wealthy families get wealthy? They get labor from other individuals, from other families at a reduced rate. And through if I can make $90 an hour off you, minimum wage is $10 an hour, and I say, look, man, I like you. I'm going to give you $25 an hour. And you were just making $21 an hour. You think I'm the savior. Bro, I'm making $90 an hour off you per hour on average. That's what my people in HR are telling me. Otherwise, we'd figure out some way to fire you. You were late. You're written up. You didn't keep your cubicle clean. You're written up. You signed the employee handbook. You're written up. We got to let you go. Administrative process. 3 times you're out. Labor. Okay, let's move on. Those with knowledge get richer with the rich. The rich understand what money is. Hands down. The rich understand what money is. What is money? What is real money? Gold and silver. Tangible assets. Appreciating value over time. Preserves your purchasing power. Does not depreciate through policy and legislative fiscal implementations. The rich get richer because we understand that we do not save in fiat currency, because fiat currency loses value over time, and the acceleration of the loss in value is going to exponentially increase and speed up as these fools start pushing out more stimulus. These trillions, man, it's going to get crazy. Welcome to inflation. And we are seeing it in housing costs and energy costs, gas, gasoline, electricity, and food costs. That's where we're seeing inflation right now. And as the price of these things rise, the value of the currency reduces. Those with knowledge get richer with the rich. Hands down. Yeah, okay, yeah. People be like, oh, I don't invest in gold and silver. It's too volatile, and it's being suppressed, and all this stuff. Look, man, I don't invest in gold and silver either. Let's save in gold and silver. My state, we save in gold and silver. We don't invest in gold and silver, man. That's ridiculous. Unless we own a gold dealership, and that's not the family business. The family business is in technology, because that stuff ain't going nowhere at all. So we save in real money. We preserve the value that we exchanged of our labor in tangible form. You got a savings account with cash in it, a Roth IRA, a 401k. I'll pray for you. I really will. That's not that dance. It really isn't. Pancakes. What else? Those with knowledge get richer with the rich. Life insurance policies. We all die. Sorry to say it. I know you're sad. I know you're weeping. You're sobbing. We all die. Everyone dies. What are you thinking? If you're not understanding that this is the only thing that we can guarantee to get paid off of, for sure, is life insurance. Now, there's other things that you can utilize a life insurance policy for, but look, check this out. You got life insurance policy. Upon your death, when you die, the death benefit goes to the family. This is how the rich get richer. Everyone dies. In wealthy families, we put life insurance policies on every member of the family. Sometimes multiple policies. You know, if you're generating income and the estate can afford it, multiple life insurance policy. Then what happens? We die, we pass away, we move on. We shake this dust off our spirit and move on to the next. It's guaranteed money, guaranteed wealth to the private estate. Life insurance policies. The only thing is guaranteed is death. They say death and taxes. I don't believe that taxes part. We'll get to that in a second. But come on. Life insurance policies. Every time a family member passes, there's a check sent from the life insurance company to the family estate. Check, another check, a check, another check. Everybody, you wonder why these wealthy families have a lot of children? Have a lot of uncles and aunts and stuff like that? It pays to have those with knowledge in your family in higher numbers. Why? Because labor is the foundation of the wealth of the family. as well as the foundation of the wealth of nations. So the more labor, the more people you have in the family, the more heirs, the more trustees, the more beneficiaries, the more people in the family, the more labor that exists to benefit that family. And the more family people that are in the family, the more life insurance policies. The more policies, the more death benefits. This is not told to us. Those with knowledge get richer with the rich. Another thing, financial endowments. You ever heard of a financial endowment? Specific knowledge. Perpetual income to your private estate. And you can only set these up with a private trust, a private charity, a foundation, or a public charity. You need to look into financial endowments, hospitals, and universities. Permanent industries. You understand what a permanent industry is? You ever thought about that? You ever thought about what would happen if you invest in permanent industries over time as a family unit? Permanent industries. People are like, energy. Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, well, I mean more specifically charities, healthcare, and banking. How about that? Those are the permanent industries I'm talking about. Those ain't going nowhere. Banking ain't going nowhere. There always going to be people want to borrow money. Healthcare ain't going nowhere. Always going to be people sick trying to get help. And charity, there's always going to be people who need help. Those are permanent industries. And if you get into healthcare and education, and you start talking about endowments, you're talking about a lot of knowledge allowing you to get richer. And, all of this is included in private trustee training here at the foundation. You're more than welcome to email me, admin@welcometothefoundation.com, you know what I'm saying, to get more information. But it's more than just setting up a trust and getting a 9(8) number and opening a bank account and saying I'm private. It's way more than that. You have to perpetuate wealth through multiple generations. It's knowledge that needs to be passed down. Passing down wealth, passing down money doesn't mean anything if you don't pass down the knowledge that was necessary to acquire that wealth as well as to maintain that wealth, to protect the wealth. Because without the knowledge, it's gone. And those with knowledge get richer with the rich. Also, you got private banking. You got private banking. A lot of people do private banking through specific life insurance policies. But, remember I was talking about permanent industries, healthcare, charity, banking. Well, a bank is typically, it's a company, it's a corporation. It's owned by shareholders, and those shareholders typically, if you go back far enough, you see private family interests that represent those shareholders. If you go back far enough through the structures, which means there's families that are in the business of banking, which means there's families that's in the business of providing loans to people in the public, as well as public entities, for a fee. Give you some money, you pay the interest. All right? Well, when your child goes to college, when your child needs a vehicle, needs a car, when your child wants a down payment for the house or, wants to buy a house or something like that, instead of the child, instead of the heir, instead of the beneficiary, instead of whoever going in the public, walking into a bank asking for a loan, paying the bank interest, so the bank is making money on interest. In the private, wealthy families, those loans come from the private family bank. Is it a real bank, brick and mortar? How many floors does it have? Nah, man. The bank is a concept. that the heirs of the estate do not need to go outside of the estate to acquire loans. That the loans will be funded by the private estate through the board of trustees at interest, and the heirs will pay interest to the estate, not to some public bank, some public credit union that ultimately pays some other private family labor. Nah, you got the private bank. You don't establish life insurance policies. You don't establish the private bank, the private family wealth through the savings of precious metals and so on and so forth. You have maybe some checking accounts on the estate, some brokerage accounts. You got these things going. So the private estate is able to provide certain loans to beneficiaries, to heirs of the family. Now, is it going to be the same interest that the heir will be charged in the public? No, it's going to be a little cheaper because they are heir, but there is going to be interest. Why? Because if you go anywhere else, you're going to be paying interest. Why come to family and not expect to pay interest? You're going to pay everyone else's family, but you won't pay yours. Knowledge. Think about that. And we are quick to do that. All right, so we're going to wrap this up, man. Let's jump into what y'all really wanted to hear. The knowledge get richer with the rich, right? Taxes, tax mitigation. What is tax mitigation? It's mitigating or reducing specific taxes owed by an entity. Two ways you can do this. One way is an attempt, I guess. The attempt is evasion. You got to look this up. Tax evasion. It is illegal. 100% illegal. You will be thrown in the Fed. Tax avoidance. Completely legal. Lawful. It's when one sets up their affairs in such a manner that when administering the entities and doing business through such administration, there is a successful mitigation or reduction in tax owed. Sometimes a zero. You're not going to be able to do this with any type of public entity. It's not the way it's set up. You'll limit liability, but you're not going to limit and mitigate taxes in the way that you think you should, in the way that is absolutely necessary, unless you set up your private estate, which is contractual private trust entities that are separate, distinct entities from the grantors, from the trustees, from the beneficiaries. How do we mitigate taxes? There are allowable expenses for corporations. That's publication 535, publication 15B, 535, 15B. These are allowable expenses according to statute. When you have a private contract entity that does not owe its existence to any state, therefore it's not governed by any state, its allowable expenses are according to the contract indenture. No state shall pass any law impairing the obligation of contract. If the contract says that it is an expense, nobody can say it's not. If they do, they're attempting to impair the obligation of a contract. Do not inflate prices. Do not play games. You don't need to. Once you have the proper structures, it makes it so much easier, but you need the knowledge to go with it. You need the knowledge. So you can be one of those with knowledge that get richer with the rich. There are things that I didn't touch on. There always are, especially when I'm doing public episodes. As always, I invite you to join trustee training. Trustee training is this plus more, and we assist you with setting up your LLC, getting the operating agreement, business credit, EIN, classification on the federal level. That's a part of trustee training. Business trust, asset trust, family trust. This is what you will learn to administer according to the law, according to the contract, according to the recognized protections and provisions provided according to the Constitution. This is what you will be doing. This is what you will learn. That plus more in trustee training, like I said. So I invite you, email me, admin@welcometothefoundation.com. I suggest you get into trustee training. The public is locking down. The rich are getting richer, the poor are getting poorer. We've heard this every time. And at least in the age of information, in the age of Aquarius, whatever age you want to call it, we have a choice. You have a choice. You have a choice that your ancestors didn't have. You have really no excuses. I'm not going to sit here and make you feel good about your bad decisions. I'm not going to sit here and make you feel okay about you not taking responsibility and accountability, standing up and structuring your private affairs properly. I'm not going to baby you. I'm not going to disrespect you, and I'm not going to belittle you. But I'm definitely going to treat you like an adult, as I expect to be treated like an adult, maturely, with accountability and respect. Because that's how we do business. That's the only way to successfully do business. Don't nobody want to do business with you if you're making excuses and you're crying and you're talking about all your problems with your girl or your husband. I don't want to hear that. I want you to execute what you said you were going to execute, and let's finish this transaction. I have things to do. And it's nothing personal against you. It's just the way business is. And that is part of the graduation of how we think and how we interact when we start to do private business. We have to move out of the employee mind state and into the investor, business owner mind state. And business owners, investors, we're more accountable, we're more responsible. We learn from our mistakes. We don't make excuses. And in that way, we are empowered to do things that others can't do. We grind how most won't, so we can live how most can't. Here at the foundation. It's hard work, stuff works, not easy. It's not 12 steps, it's not 15. It's probably more than that. But with that being said, if you get out trustee training, you'll be doing your dance. You will be doing your dance. And like I said, the rich are getting richer. What side are you going to choose? It's time to get off the fence, so time to hop that fence, because the dogs is coming. And I'm not playing. But look here, we got about 60 seconds left in the broadcast. If you are checking out the show online, live, you want to call in right now, 563-999-3625. Otherwise, you will be disconnected. You will be cut off. I will stream a little. But we are definitely coming to the end of the live broadcast. But, I mean, hey, it's up to you. As always, and as it should be, you have within your grasp the power, ability, knowledge, wherewithal to establish your private estate, to end the cycle that has been going on for generations in your family, to end the cycle that has been going on for generations in your family that everyone just accepted. That's just the way it is. It's the way it's been. You have the opportunity right now to end that, to change that. And it's not going to be easy, like I said. It'll never be easy. But it will be rewarding. There's a transition that one must make when you're trying to move private. That transition is you have to move your focus, your mental focus, away from success, because success is a construct that has been implanted in your mind Because when you're trying to be successful, when your purpose is success, you automatically shine in the public system. Those successful make those in the public, regulators, tax authorities, so on, a lot of money. So in the public, you are encouraged all the way to be successful. Taught this American dream. Work hard. Work hard. Give us your labor. Work hard. Give us all your labor. Give me you're tired, you're poor, you're blah, blah, blah. Give me all your labor. Ultimately, is what it's all about. It's the labor. And if you don't understand, I don't know what else to say. The labor, your labor, is the most valuable thing on the planet. You exchanging your labor for currency allows you to get pretty much anything you want. You can get gold, you can get silver, you can get plane tickets, you can get a house, you can get a lot of things in exchange for your labor. You can get a lot of things by pledging your future labor through a promissory note. You can get a car, you can get a house. Your labor is so valuable. The opportunity to reestablish your private estate, the opportunity to move away from the ideology of being successful to being significant, being a significant member within your family versus a successful member of society. Significant, making your life, your energy, your time on this planet significant for your family is way more noble, much more honorable, much more complete, rewarding than being successful. And if you've ever been successful, you probably don't believe what I'm saying. If you've never been significant, if you've never felt that your life is significant. I met a lot of successful people. I was very successful. And a lot of successful people are empty inside because they're not significant. Think about that. Those with knowledge get richer with the rich. But they got to do. You got to do. Without doing, you got nothing. And I trust that I've been able to, assist in you at least acquiring some of that knowledge with this show here on the Foundation, on High Frequency Radio Network. This is what I do. It's why I do it. People be like, well, so, why are you teaching this? Why are you giving such good deals for trustee training? How can you only charge $55 for a consultation and you'll tell someone how to start their business and do their business credit all in the same hour and you're not nickel and diming people? Because I got money. Wealth, whatever you want to call it. I've been all over the world. I've seen white sand, black sand, red sand. I've seen water so clear you swear you could touch the bottom, but it was over 40 feet deep. I've seen tropical water. I've seen so many different things. I've been in so many different places, and one of the things I got tired of seeing was the people who looked like me in the lowest economic position everywhere I went, and that's why I do the Foundation. Reestablish the Foundation, education, and understanding when it comes to commerce, because so many of us do not understand the foundation. We don't have the proper foundation. Our private trust estate so that we can properly and legally mitigate taxes. So that's the purpose of the foundation, to impart knowledge upon you so that what I've been through, what I've learned, what I've experienced, and what I've seen can be of significance in your life so that you can be successful if you choose to, or you can turn around and be significant as well. That's it. I will get my payment in the next world. As corny as it sounds, I want for not. I'm good. I was just thinking about going to see Yusuf today. I was sitting on my balcony. You know what I'm saying? Just sitting on my balcony, sitting there, I'm like, man, I want to go see Yusuf. Let me give him a call, because I can. I'll go tonight. I'm going straight into the airport and be like, look, let me do this dance. No problems. And I really want that for you. The life that I'm able to live plus more, I want that for you. And in order for you to have the life that I live plus more, the only way I know how to teach you how to do it is to teach you to do what I did and to do what I do. And it's not for everybody. I know. The training isn't for everyone. I know. And not everyone vibes with So I know. It's all good. No hard feelings. Bottom line is, those of you who do, email me. Admin at welcometothefoundation.com. Let's get started. Start a dialogue. Start a conversation. You know what I'm saying? Jump into trustee training. Get a consultation. Start with the trust series or, the trust primer. Just do something, man. Just do something. Closed mouth don't get fed as well. Y'all got to understand what I'm saying? I'm not going to break down what I mean by that. I'm not going to spell it out for you. But just think, why does Sot keep saying a closed mouth doesn't get fed? Why does he keep saying that? Especially when he starts talking about the services that the foundation offers. All right. I don't know. What I do know is I can't save everybody. Even if, I came from a super wealthy family and I had multi-generational wealth at my fingertips, I couldn't save everybody. There was no way I could be able to provide for all of y'all and make sure that y'all are good and that y'all have nothing to worry about. The only thing I can do is offer to teach y'all what I know so that y'all are able to do what I can do and more. And I really want to learn from y'all once we get on the same level. And I want to do business with my people. I really do. And that's what it's about. So email me. Admin at welcometothefoundation.com. My name is Sot L. I am the host of the Foundational High Frequency Radio Network. It has been a pleasure, 100%, to spend this limited time, such precious time with you. And I want to tell you and express to you my humble gratitude and appreciation for those of you who have listened this far, who've checked it out this far, whether this is archive, whether this is live. To me, it means the same. It means a lot to me that you are investing in your private education, that you are interested in bettering your life and your family's life. That means a lot to me. And I want to do everything in my power, all force that I have control of, to assist you in your private transition, to assist you in being successful in whatever endeavor that you choose to pursue. And it's my pleasure. Outside of the foundation, so I am a private consultant, and I focus on corporate structure and private wealth management in the public. That's what I do. And I own a tech company. And in the night when I put on my high frequency cape, I'm Sot L, host of the Foundational High Frequency Radio Network, and we teach the foundational stuff. And I will always say that that's trust administration. Trust started everything. Contract makes the law. The world is run on contracts. And if you're not standing on that foundation, you're lost. You don't understand. It's very confusing, and you're angry, and I'm sorry. But this is what I got for you. So, admin at welcometothefoundation.com, www.welcometothefoundation.com. Who says the W's anymore? Y'all check it out. I'm not taking any calls tonight. I appreciate y'all, though. I really love y'all, man. Y'all don't understand. I really do. I love my people because I love myself. And I love y'all just as much as I love myself. And I'm disappointed in myself when I let myself down and disrespect myself or don't stand up for myself when I'm supposed to or don't hold myself accountable. And I'm also disappointed in you when you do the same, as well as you're disappointed in yourself. So let's just start doing those things that make you proud. You know, regardless if you get a party, someone throws you a party, you did the right thing, or no one even notices it. You know, maybe it's time to start being more noble. Time to start being more accountable. And that's the way of the Sot. Are you a Sot? Are you a seeker of truth? Are you a speaker of truth? It's a good question. It's only one that you can answer. But I will tell you this, all of you are capable of greatness. You just must accept that capability and take action with that capability. Which, you're going to have to go through a lot of fear and doubt and a lot of stuff to get through that. But I'm here. I got your back. I've been through it. Man, I've sat in the corner and cried before like a little girl. Oh, what am I going to do? How am I going to make it? Oh, God. You know, I've been at points in my life where I didn't know what I was going to do, how I was going to make it happen, angry at God and stuff. I mean, we've all been there. No one's outside of it. Just some people just try to act tough and be like, nah, man, I'm different from you. No, you're not. You're the same. You're just lying. You're over there fronting. You go cry in your bathroom like everybody else. But it's all about doing a dance and feeling good about the things that we do and seeing positive results. And we only do that with the proper knowledge. So those with knowledge get richer with the rich. Hope y'all learned. And I trust that with that knowledge that you have acquired, you will put it into action. And that action starts with them little tippy tap fingers on a keyboard. Admin at welcometothefoundation.com, and we're gonna start doing that dance. I want y'all just, hey, I used to say this, I'm gonna say it again. Don't worry about the boo-hoo. Chugga chugga choo choo, which means to me, there's always gonna be stuff going on, busy, got to do this, pick this up, got to go here. You know what I mean? People mad at me. Got slapped in the mouth on my way to work. Always going to be something. We don't worry about the boo-hoo. We keep it moving. You know, we are more concerned because everybody has to deal with the average. You know, everybody, work and school and children and food and your homies and emotional issues and but we all deal with that stuff. But it's what you do beyond that. It's the ways that you perform beyond all that separates you. And you can do it. You just got to do it. That's all. Just do it. And I got your back. So once again, admin at welcometothefoundation.com. Welcometothefoundation.com. Email list, PDF section. Doing a dance. We're doing some expansion too. So I'll let y'all know about that here in the future. But I'm out. Y'all have a great night, great evening, great week. I do this for you. And as I peace up out of here, just want to let y'all know I love you, man. So y'all take care of yourself, enjoy yourself. Be easy, go easy on yourself, but hold yourself accountable. Don't beat yourself up with regards to the things that you can't control, but be accountable for the things that you can. And before you go to sleep this evening, make sure you say 10 things that you're thankful for tonight and every night. And, start making moves a little bit at a time. And then pretty soon you'll be doing your dance. So, y'all, take care of yourself. Enjoy yourself. I'll catch you next week. Same spot, same time. The Foundation here on High Frequency Radio Network. I'm your host, Sot L. Peace to the gods, and I'll catch you next week. Peace.
Doing this thing all the way live. High Frequency Radio.